Hi, my name is Kate Carpenter, folk singer, songwriter, and storyteller. I'm also a quilter. And I'd like to take you on a YouTube tour of my latest quilt that I've made for my grandson Elias. This is an interactive play quilt. It's actually the fifth one that our son Will Carpenter has designed. He's an art professor at Indiana Wesleyan University, and he and I have teamed up together to make a variety of interactive play quilts. We had a bird quilt, a fish quilt, a rainforest quilt, a car quilt, and now this is Elias, our fifth grandson's train quilt. Now, as you can see, as you look over the quilt actually spells Elias's name, E-L-I-A-S, which is incorporated into the design. The other thing that Will incorporated into the design was a toy train station that they have, which actually is going to fit over this piece right here, like the roundhouse where the trains can go in and out. So anyway, like I said, Will designed the quilt, and it was kind of my job to figure out different ways to make it interactive. And one thing I do want to do is give credit to the ladies in my church, because I needed a lot of big black buttons and I didn't have enough. So I became the button beggar and asked my friends for buttons. So they're the ones that kind of helped me with all the neat buttons that you see on the cars here. So we'll start down here at this car. And every one of the cars, these are kind of like designed by me, and I wanted every car to be kind of like a little interactive baby book thing. So this one has actually got a roll-up door, and when you roll it up like this, you can snap it, and when you snap it, of course, you can look inside, and inside this car, we have the monkeys. And again, I was begging some fabric off from ladies of my church, and this thing here is called a fabric cookie. I invented it, I guess. I don't know, maybe somebody else has too. But it's that stiff kind of stuff that you can get at the fabric store. And basically I covered it in monkeys on this side, an elephant and a hippopotamus on this side. So the idea is with this quilt that you can actually interchange the different animals from the different train cars. So that's kind of like the boxcar animals idea. So that's the monkey right there. And moving on up here, this car opens and closes with Velcro, and this is a little car that's carrying doggies. So on this side we got these doggies, and this the other side of the fabric cookie we've got this doggie right here. This is some fabric. I made a little apron for my grandson Liam, so I was incorporating that fabric into the quilt. It's got some real nice wooden buttons. So we'll put the doggies back, and a little bit of Velcro there. So you move up to this car right here. This is your tying skills right here. Open it up and we find it. Okay, so here's another fabric cookie, and here's the tiger. And if you flip it over, we've got lions. And then if we move down to this one here, I really like this giraffe fabric. I can't remember where I found it, thrift store or somewhere, but you got the giraffe hanging out in this car right here. So he's in that little car. And then moving right along, down here, I found an image online of this little guy, and I'm calling him Sir Topham Hatt. I don't know if he actually is Sir Topham Hatt. But if you can zoom in on him real carefully here, you'll see some really good detail. And he's even got some little brass bead cufflinks right here and little dark black buttons. So this whole thing is hand embroidered. I had a lot of fun. It took me about 2 or 3 nights to embroider him. And when I was quilting this, I decided to make a little happy face here. Maybe it kind of looks like the happy face on Thomas the Train. Then we'll move on up to this car right here, and this is one of our cargo cars carrying corn. Okay, and then this car right here is another roll-up door, but this one has like a little clasp. I always save these little things when we throw things away. You can always use the hardware, so here's one of those little pinchy clasp things like that. And of course this is the cattle car, and it's got the little cows in there. And then right here, this is another car that uses your snapping skills, and you open it up, and oh my goodness, here's the chickens. And on the other side we have pumpkins.
Lower.
So, pumpkins and chickens.
Show us. Lower.
Pumpkins and chickens. There you go. All right. Then, moving right along, this little car here has another fabric cookie, and this one has apples. Flip it over, we have artichokes. And I think this is part of the roundhouse here. Now here you'll notice that we have not Indiana Station, but not Indianapolis Station, but Indianapolis Station, because I'm Nana to my grandkids. And of course the trains go out here. Now one of the things you'll notice is that on the train tracks you can, well, these will be actually trains. I don't have any trains, but you can run your cars and stuff along here and run them on the roads. And down here is the caboose. ECR stands for Elias Carpenter Railroad. And actually this caboose was a lot of fun because you can actually take the kids in and out of the caboose like this, both sides, doors, and you can put them back in. So these are the kids riding in the caboose. That was a lot of fun to invent how to make that. I really didn't have any book or pattern to give me ideas. I just kind of funk it up as I went along. It was really, really fun to invent this kind of stuff. I really, really like doing it. Then right here, this I just kind of made up like a railroad crossing sign, and this is actually a little pocket, so you can hide things in the pocket like that. You can hide your car in there.
Okay.
And this one here is a tunnel, and it also is a hiding pocket. You can hide things in there as well. But I was just going to make it a flat tunnel, and then I decided, well, maybe I could just kind of put some of that stiff stuff in here so he could actually drive his cars and trains through the tunnels. So that makes it kind of fun that way. This is all patchwork gray fabric that I had. And then moving right along, here's a railroad crossing sign. This is hand embroidered and hand appliqued, a little railroad crossing sign. And then up here, this little car is a little mini car, and I call this the hobo car because it's got two little hobos hiding in the train. So you can hide the hobos in there wherever you want. And last but not least, we have the coal car to fuel the train, and so here is the coal car, and you can take the coal, of course, in and out of the coal car as well. So that is Elias's train quilt, and actually it bumps up against the car quilt that I made for Liam. So hopefully the kids will have a lot of fun riding their cars up and down the road from quilt to quilt and enjoying a lot of creative play with Elias's train quilt. That's it for now. I'm Kate Carpenter. My website is mrskate.com. And on my Broad Jam site, you'll find a song called I'm Just an Old So-and-So. And hope you enjoy that. It's on my CD Porch Swing. I'm just an old so-and-so. I got a needle in my hand wherever I go. Bye-bye.